So I want to dive into cleanouts a little bit. I didn't even print out the code or copy the code to go over with you because in residential applications, cleanouts, typically you can pull a sink, the drainage underneath the sink to get in. You can pull a toilet if you have to get to your plumbing. So it's usually not the end of the world, but man, is it awesome if they're there. So if you're doing the work, it's worth putting some cleanouts in. I'll tell you a little story about myself. We have an older house, a septic system. The septic system backed up. My wife was gone. I have a 3 and 4 year old boys. They were in the house. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. They should have been in bed. And I'm outside with the plumber Roto-Rooter guy. And the only way that we could clean it out was to get on the roof with the snow and shove a snake and a hose down the line. And he didn't feel safe, so I ended up there because I didn't want to go to bed with sewage backing up in my house. And man, would have it been nice if I had a clean out downstairs in our laundry room or somewhere in line that we could have gotten to it. Would have been easier and safer. So I would tell you, put them in if you can. The requirements on them though are typically, any change of direction. So if you had a huge change of direction, you would want a clean out. If you any main lines, usually you're going to have them going, you usually have one outside that would take you from outside out to the street. The other big thing is, so this would be like a clean out right here. So you could throw one horizontally in line, so you could drop down in and clean out everything that's downstream of it. I've also seen them put horizontally, maybe use a Y or a combo or something. You could even use like a combo, something like this as well, where you could clean out, so you could run this pipe up through the ground and have it in the concrete or something, access to the concrete, and it would clean out anything downstream. I did see one time that a guy had put these in backwards, and so he had, if say the stream is coming this way, this is your drainage out, and he had it looking like this, and he said, well, if I ever need to clean out up here, and I said, well, if this is all backed up and you open this line right here, it's all just going to come on you. Because that's its outlet and gravity's going to tell it to come out. So just make sure you have it turned the right way, and remember that from the clean out, it'll only clean out from your spot downstream. So if you have them in line, it's great because you might have a specific section that is clogged that you need to clean out. Maybe it's on a regular basis, and you don't want to pull your toilet every time or unhook your sink every time. So they're definitely worth putting in. I do want to show you, I just kind of Googled cleanouts and just kind of show you a few pictures that I saw of kind of what the general layout of cleanouts are, just so you have a general idea of kind of what we usually see as a plumbing inspector. So like here, this right here, this is obviously old cast, and then they added a clean out at the end of the line. So this right here would be end of the line, and it's also a change of direction. So they put a clean out right there. Now obviously on the inside of a house, you're not going to have room necessarily to go start plugging in change of direction clean outs. But if you're coming up the wall, say you got a 2-inch vent for your toilet, and the toilet is the farthest upstream, it's kind of your last fixture, well then your next inline pipe would be your 2-inch vent. Perfect spot in wall. Just get a 2-inch clean out fitting, pop it in there, it's in the wall, and then you just can put a cover over it. If you ever need to get to it, you've got access to it. So those are good. Usually this right here would be outside your house. You usually have some type of clean out that would take you to the street. I have never actually seen a clean out like this, but it looks like it would work. Again, I would be a little bit worried about backing up coming this way, up on top of you. But if you're out in the street and you don't mind that it might release the pressure, then it's probably not the end of the world either. So right here you can see they bought a floor drain that has a clean out already set up in it. It's part of the mold. That's another option as well. The more the merrier. So I would just tell you, as someone who's kind of been through it a little bit, add a couple in there if you can. Not the end of the world, but I would put them in. So just a little heads up on cleanouts. You might pick up a couple at the store.